cafe your way.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
FF episode 1096. Hello, it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valleyton. Today, we hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, Bison Bentley, plus it's the return of the lovely Lady KATY and the segment Holding Court with Lady KATY. Today's show, we will actually be walking on a Mike's Daily Podcast trail in Podcastro Valley, and we will also be Mike's Daily Podcast on a date, but we won't actually be on a date. You will see coming up. But I wanted to sing about a party that I went to, which was a spring fling, and they had lots of wine and beer and quesadillas. It was fun, and I got to see an old fella I haven't seen in a long time. Mike's Daily Podcast. My good friend Jesse, who's been on the show before as Clem. You can look him up in the interviews from 2000 Mike's and Daily 11 through 12 Podcast. We had a fun little chit chat. Yeah. He was Clem. Yes. So I went to San Francisco last night. Jesse and his lovely girlfriend Jenny are in the city, and so I took Bart to the city, but they live like closer to Japantown, which requires you to take a bus. And so I did that, and I'm like, burrowing deep into San Francisco and avoiding as much urine, etc. And I emerged from San Francisco at 12:30 at night. I got back to Podcastro Valley. No tattoos added to me and no piercings, so I think I won overall. But it was a lot of fun. There was when I first showed up at the party, though, I was a little bit scared, because when I first got to the party, I was wearing a sweater because it's cold, a little bit nippy in San Francisco. And I bring a sweater along because the weather changes so quickly in San Francisco. You sometimes need something you can remove rather quickly. So I take a sweater. It's a black sweater, and I have on a hat because I'm bald, and I have this hat on my head to keep like a little snow cap on my head to keep me warm. Oh, look, who just walked in. Hello, Madame Rootabega. I have the snow caps. Ooh. Yeah, in Alabama they called them toboggans. I call them snow caps. They're beautiful, aren't they? I can't imagine you with one, though. Your hair is so large and flowing. Thank you, Michael Matthew. Oh. And I walk in, and this guy, this friend of Jesse, looks at me. His name is Hans, by the way, Madame Rootabega. I had a boyfriend named Hans. Ooh. That doesn't surprise me. And I said, he says to me, "Hey, are you a longshoreman?" Hans says to me. And like at that point, I just didn't want to hear it, because I had been on BART, I'd walked up a bunch of blocks, I had to take a bus, etc. And then this young 30-something premature gray dude that looks like a scientist that worked on the atom bomb back in the 50s. He's got the glasses like that and the buzz cut sort of thing. It's like, who are you? Shut up, you. And then the next guy I run into, he's bald like I am, only he's in his 30s, and he's got a British accent. He's like, "Would you like to try some wine? Oh, I brought some wine. It's very expensive wine." He actually said it was expensive. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Who cares what kind of wine you brought? So that started off bad, but then I met some nice people, and it turned out to be really great. Oh, look who else just walked in.
Hello, Mike. It's Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, this guy Hans sounds like a real pill.
And it's funny, Valentino, because later on I spoke with his wife, and I told her, because she looked at me and she goes, "Wow, you have a black sweater on." And I go, "Yeah, I'm an actor." Because like actors tend to wear black sweaters or black shirts so they can fade into the scenery on. I don't know why they wear black stuff. Anyway, cafe anyway. I said, your husband already told me earlier I look like a longshoreman. And she laughs and she's like, ha! You know, that guy offends just about everybody that he meets at a party. And I said, he does? And she said, yeah, actually, we were at this party and this guy had made a brisket. And oh, by the way, next weekend it's National Brisket Day. Ah, brisket! And it'll also be National Hamburger Day, I think on Saturday of next weekend. And apparently he said to the guy, oh, your brisket's dry. And the guy never forgave him for that. In fact, in parties in the future, the brisket guy, the guy who made the brisket, would come up to Hans and just take his beer and walk away at parties. And Hans didn't care, or he was clueless as to what was going on. I liked the wife. She was funny telling that story. And then I told her, a dry brisket is no problem. You just make a delicious, badass gravy, and all problems are solved. All misery is abated. By the way, if you try to drive to Pleasanton right now from Podcastro Valley, you will get in the biggest traffic jam. At this moment, this is what's happening. There is a rodeo going on at the ranch there, and there is Rowell Ranch. I want to call it the Rodeo Ranch. There's so many R's there. Rowell Rodeo Ranch. And it's actually owned by the Hayward Regional Park District. The Hayward Recreation District. Hayward Area Recreation District, I think is what it means. At any rate, there's a bunch of cars backed up on 580 going eastbound, and it's because of a huge American flag that is hanging from an enormous crane, and they did this last year. And people slow down and stop to see this damn flag. It's just a flag. And I mean that in the most patriotic way possible. But no, yes, I believe in America. I believe in American flags. I don't believe in having a stupid, huge monstrosity that causes accidents on the freeway, which is what it is doing. And I am surprised that nobody in Podcastro Valley or anywhere in the East Bay has complained about this flag, because they've done it the past couple of years. It always causes accidents. What's interesting is earlier today at 11 o'clock, the traffic was so sparse. And I actually observed, because I was on BART, I said, forget it. I'm not going to get involved in this whole big, enormous American flag traffic jam. I'm taking BART because I'm in the East Bay. We got BART. It's more environmental to do that. And I do a little bit of walking, get some exercise done, stop in the mall because I have to stop in the Stone Ridge Mall on my way to work. Went in, got a nice coffee from the Nordstrom there, because Nordstrom has a coffee place that I've never been in. And they make this awesome mocha banana chunky monkey. It's a grind. Used to call it the chunky monkey. Anyway, I get digressed here. I digressed a bunch. Just to say, as I was riding on the BART and we're coming up on the flag area, I'm like, okay, let's see what kind of traffic jam we have now. Let's see how bad it is. No traffic jam at 11 o'clock, because people are smarter at 11 o'clock. As the day wears on, you get the people that get up late who are idiots. And this is true weekdays when I get done with my job, because I go to work at 4:30 in the morning. I'm at work at 5, as you hear often when I'm recording the podcast with Haley. It's super early in the morning. And then I come home in the afternoon around 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1:30, thereabouts. And the drivers in the morning are wonderful. There's not that many drivers in the morning at that time of the morning. But coming home, you get the idiots, because as the day wears on, the more nimrods get behind the wheel. This is true. And I wish it wasn't true, but it's true. Anyway, right at this moment, I just checked on Google Maps and with our traffic guy at my work, and there's a massive traffic jam going on because the idiots, the later in the day idiots, can't freaking wrap their head around an enormous American flag. They're driving along. Oh my God, a huge flag! I got to slam on the brakes. What dumb idiots. Okay, I've said idiot enough, and I'm going to be positive now because the wonderful lady Katy is nothing but positivity. And she's going to bring me some positive words and bring you some positive words. It's all going to be wonderful thoughts, positive thoughts to think about. So you can email me at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. Check out the website, mikesdailypodcast.com. Ooh, let's get to the podcast picture, by the way, which you can find at mikesdailypodcast.com.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Yes, the wonderful picture is of Lady Katy and I. Once again, whenever I post a picture of the two of us together, everybody's like, oh my gosh, Mike, is that your girlfriend? Oh my gosh, she's so hot. Oh my gosh, I get more traffic to my website when Lady Katy is on. So, thank you, Lady Katy, for being on the show. Because you help us out. You help out the listenership of Mike's Daily Podcast. No, but they're always like, oh my gosh, who is she? She's amazing. She's going to be the next it girl. So you can find out, see more pictures of Lady Katy and other podcast pictures as well at mikesdailypodcast.com, and help us out through the Amazon link. Click on the Amazon, buy whatever it was you're going to buy on Amazon, but go through mikesdailypodcast.com first, and that helps us out, and it doesn't change the way you shop. It doesn't add anything extra to your shopping. It doesn't take any discounts off of your shopping, but it's wonderful anyway, and it helps us out. There's also the PayPal if you'd like a special greeting from all the Cafe Anyway characters and help us out that way. You can find that at mikesdailypodcast.com, and all my past interviews as well. It was funny, I was listening to an interview I did with Dierks Bentley. He's a huge, famous country music star. In fact, he hosted one of the Country Music Awards recently, and I interviewed him back when he got started. Really nice guy. His music is great. It's it's usually very sort of upbeat, fast-moving, cool country music. And I was interviewing him back in, I would say, 2000, and we were at the studio at this radio station I was working at. And all of a sudden, the engineer just barges in and takes something out of the room and leaves. And it totally disrupted my attention and trying to interview Dierks Bentley. It was so annoying. That guy, and that is who John Deere the engineer is modeled after, is that engineer. I wonder if John Deere the engineer would walk in right now and say something. I'm like, yeah, I just wanted to walk in and take this and leave. Thanks. See? Just like the engineer that I had back. Okay, let's get to Holding Court with Lady Katy.
Holding Court with Lady Katy. Lady Katy. Lady Katy.
And we're walking. I'm carrying dog poop. We're on the trails of Podcaster Valley with Lady Katy. We're holding court mobile. Hi, Lady Katy.
Hi, Mike.
So, she's going to a new place today, Don Castro Lake, named after the late Don Castro. What's new? Let's see. Last podcast we discussed a myriad of things. Frenchmen. Oh, Frenchmen.
Well, I really like him. That's still going strong.
Excellent. Okay.
Last night we made a Greek orzo salad. Have you ever had that?
That sounds delicious. I have had that, yes.
It's so easy to make. You know who always comes up in our podcast is Erin Seth.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a good cook or something.
She made this orzo salad for me one time, and I was so impacted by this salad. It was so delicious. So last night when we planned to make dinner, look at it.
Well, what is that?
It's a bird's nest.
We just discovered a bird's nest, Podcastro Valley listener.
I'm going to keep it. It's so pretty.
But it's full of lice and ticks and you'll die.
It's worth it.
All right. Picking up oh, wow, there's a jogger. Excuse us.
We didn't know how to react to that one.
Wow. Joggers. I didn't expect anyone would be here, but and
He stole that nest right in front of that jogger. I don't know.
I didn't steal it. It fell out of the sky. It was in the tree and now it's not. This happened to me recently. I found another nest.
Oh, okay. So it requires a lot of work to make a... Wait, all right.
No, the orzo salad is super, super easy. Chop the vegetables, cook up, boil up the orzo, shock the orzo so it's cold, mix in some rice vinegar, add some feta cheese, and the vegetables I used were bell peppers, olives, cucumber, and onion, red onion.
Oh, yeah.
Chop it up, and it was delicious. Really fresh, perfect for a day like yesterday, which was really hot.
Oh, yeah, so like a cool salad for a hot day.
Yeah, it was great. And he had some really good, it was a Moscato, which he and I both don't love sweet wine, but it was refreshing for the occasion. It was good.
Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys sound like you're really hitting it off, like Food Channel style.
I really do enjoy spending time with him because he and I have very similar food tastes. He loves, of course, he's French. He loves, wow, Mally.
Mally wants to go over this tiny bridge we're on.
This is a very scenic little creek.
Yeah. We just walked over a creek. So you like the same food?
We have similar tastes in the way we like to spend our time and the kinds of foods we like to enjoy. So that's nice. And
that was all because of the app.
Wow. Okay, no, Mike. I could talk about my Frenchman all day because
Wait, up? Do you want to go up high road or low? Do you want to take the high road or want to go low road?
It doesn't matter to me. Whichever one you like better.
Low road shaded.
Okay, let's do that.
That's good for the dogs. Okay.
Yeah, it's all for the dogs, of course. Well, I was just saying I could talk about him all day because I really adore him, but I want to hear more about you, Mike. Well, I listened to the last podcast and I was like, wow, I talked about myself the whole time. Granted, I am your guest on this show, but still, tell me what's new in your dating life.
What's dating?
Tell all your fans. Don't be shy. They want to know. Mike, what are we doing right now?
We're walking and talking.
And where are we going next?
We're going to a sushi.
Yeah, so I think you have room in your life for dating. This is the exact formula you would use for someone else. You have time.
You know, there's not that many women that have any time anymore. They're all busy playing computer games, reading Lord of the Rings novels, and playing with Padawans and stealing birds' nests. And, I don't know if they have time for me.
Is that a line you got? You asked a woman out. She was like, you know what? I'm foraging for birds' nests tonight. I'm so sorry. I would love to, but my bird's nest collection is just too small right now.
Okay, all right. Enough with the haranguing. I see what you're saying. What can you tell me to help me with my quest to maybe, start a dating life? And I know, what I was saying about the music station was I called my mom to tell her about my new job, and I go, I don't know if I should quit the part-time job on the weekend. She goes, well, do you have a girlfriend? I'm like, no. She goes, well, you've got time. What you're saying, Katie, is I do have time anyway.
Well, let me start over.
Give me some suggestions.
Let me start over. If you were my girlfriend, actually what I'd be telling you is, who cares if you're dating or not? Because I don't think dating someone just to date someone is worthwhile. I actually want to apologize to you for making it a talking point just now, because I don't think of you as less of a person for not dating someone. And I think your ambitions and goals and the things you like to do are totally worth your time. So...
But I could be having some other fun.
I know, but I was just... You know what? I was curious if there was a girl in your life, but if there's not, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Let me ask you a different question.
Okay.
What are you enjoying most right now? What's making you feel the most full of life? And the second follow-up question is, what is draining your life?
Wow, where did that come from? Did you come up with that? This is you should be an author.
Oh, Mike, it's my dream. No, but I didn't make it up. It's a practice called the Examen. EXAMEN. It's one of the lines of one of the monastic lines created this practice. It's really simple every day, in which you ask yourself at the end of the day, what made me feel the most joy today and what took my joy away. You ask kind of two sides of the question. Actually, the question can vary what exactly it is. It could be like, what made me feel the most loved today? Or what made me feel the least loved? Like, you can ask just any kind of polarized question.
Later that day.
Okay, we're in front of a El Salvadorian bakery now in San Leandro, next to the Bal Theater. We just had some pastries and sushi from across the street at Fat Fish. You finally went. What did you think?
It was really good. But we were also so hungry. I think even if it weren't good, it would have tasted great.
Because we sat outside. It's hard to find a sushi place you can sit outside.
That's true. And we're not sitting outside of the sushi restaurant. That's why we're sitting outside of the El Salvadorian bakery.
See how we did that, dear listener? And we have the dogs with us. There's Basil. He just sniffed the phone. Katy, you're so witty and you come up with these things. Is this something you've always had, this witty nature?
You flatter me, Mike. You flatter me. It's working.
It's the truth. You're fun and witty, and you can talk about any damn thing. I swear. I don't know how I could bring up a topic like flea ointment.
Let's talk about it.
Flea ointment is really good. I don't know anything about it.
Well, now that you say flea, it's actually interesting that you say that, because this month was Mally's last. I have that Revolution flea treatment for Mally, and I just ran out, and I need to figure out what to do moving forward. Should I order the same one again, which lasts a year? What does Basil use?
I use this stuff that I found at Costco, but Costco doesn't carry it anymore. So I found it online for cheaper than what Costco is selling it. And I it's the ointment you put on the back.
Yep.
But my vet is trying to get me to buy like a $60 a pill a month thing. And I'm like, heck no.
$60 a pill a month. Yeah, it's not going to fly.
Are you leery of men that flatter you? Do you think I get the feeling that women don't care for when men compliment them because it's so dubious when they say something, nice. Like they're trying to get something. They have an agenda. Thoughts? Do you have an agenda? I want to talk to you on my podcast. Now that your agenda is revealed, I'm furious. I like to get compliments. I like to have nice things said about me, but it's just a little bit awkward to receive them. And actually, I recently chided somebody because I gave him a compliment, and he said, every time I complimented him, he would say, I don't think it's just girls. I think it's girls and guys. It's uncomfortable to be complimented. You don't know what to say in response. And this guy, I gave him a compliment, and every time I said something nice, he would say, I don't know about that, or I don't think so, and just totally push it away. And it actually, I think in his mind, he was thinking, this makes me look and feel humble. Maybe not. He wasn't. I don't think he was practicing false humility or something. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But I think he just thought. I think we all feel like it's a little bit more attractive to just say, to maybe kind of deny, I don't know. I don't know. But actually, I think when I give someone a compliment and they don't receive it well, I actually feel bad about. I like when people receive my compliments because it's like a gift you're giving. It's a nice thing you're doing. Exactly. And then if someone pushes it off, then it robs the other person of the nice thing that they did. So this friend of mine to whom I gave a compliment and who always deflected my compliments and therefore made me feel bad, kind of sad that my compliments weren't being received, I gave him the advice that I always need to take myself to, even if you feel uncomfortable with receiving a compliment, because of course sometimes someone's going to say something nice to you and in your mind you think, I really don't believe that for whatever reason, but instead of denying it,
just kind of turn it to say something nice about the person who gave you the compliment. Like to say, like if you say, "Oh, Katie, you have nice teeth," I would say, even if I think, "Oh, my teeth are horrible, I don't like my teeth," I can say, "Mike, that's so nice of you. You're such a nice person." Or, you can say, I mean, that sounds too patronizing, but just to turn it around, and instead of saying, "Oh, you're right, I do have nice teeth," you can say something nice back to the person just to receive it and to make the person feel thanked, to make them feel gratitude for the nice thing that they said to you by complimenting them indirectly. Like, "Thank you, Mike. That's so kind of you to say."
But don't you think sometimes, like, I sometimes am at a loss. Like, what if somebody compliments you and that person has pissed you off to no end? Like, what do you, not you, but like, let's say.
Give me an example. I don't know what you mean. Like, if someone you don't like says, like, "I'm your worst enemy," and I say, "Mike, cool hat." Is that? Or what do you say?
I mean, because I really don't know what nice thing to say about you because you've always been on my case or whatever.
Well, you could say, "Oh, thanks for saying that. I like hearing nice things from you."
Okay, that's good.
Which is actually kind of a passive-aggressive insult. So
I'm going to use it. That's good.
Yeah. Use it to your own means.
You'll be able to find all this information in Katie's new self-help book.
That's right. So what did you say nice to me? And I'll accept it this time.
I said you were really witty and you can talk with anyone and you can turn a phrase and you're funny with your speak patterns and in your words, your word choice, and clever.
Thank you, Mike. That's really, honestly, it's really nice. Thank you for saying that.
So, you're welcome. And everyone, accept your damn compliments that people are giving you. Accept it. So what did the French guy, did he say next time, like he had words to say about your eyes and smile and stuff?
He showers me with the nicest things. He says the sweetest, kindest things, and he has a way with words. He does.
Okay. You said that last time, I think. You said he had a way with words.
Really?
And he's French. And I was saying something like, yeah, but French people,
I know.
that when they talk, their accent is so alluring that I don't know.
His accent is alluring. I'm not going to deny that. But there is a genuine tenderness to him.
Okay.
And
that's good.
Yeah. He's...
Well, good luck with that, with the orzo and everything. It sounds like things are progressing nicely.
I hope so. I hope it continues.
And do you know French?
Oui. No.
What did that even mean? What were you even saying just then?
You should whip out Google Translate to help you out with that. No, I don't know any French. But...
will soon.